let's kind of shift focus here and talk about sheets, right? I asked you that at the very beginning. So how many? Let's see. I'm just going to go back. Okay, so half of you guys are really using sheets, and maybe 10% of the half are really using sheets. Okay. So what I want to do is just have an open discussion, and if anybody has a mic and would like to share a little bit on this process, but let me describe something. Do you give Chambers members discounts? Absolutely. Of
Give
course.
it to them for free.
You know, the Chambers themselves get them for free, and then we do a discount to the Chamber members themselves and share that income, with the Chamber. Okay, so it's a win-win-win all the way around. Okay, so sheets. Let me go ahead and talk about this a little bit. Gary, while I do this, Barry is working with me and can work with you. We are working really diligently on sheets, and we're coming up with some pretty interesting conversations about that. And let me get myself over here and make myself presenter. I'm going to make Barry presenter. Okay, Barry, you ready? You there, Barry? You have to accept the invite. And Paul says he uses sheets for link juice, not lemonade, but sheets. Okay, so one of our clients is a ballroom dance company, and so literally what we have done is built, I don't know, tens of thousands of different links from the sheets using different keywords. Okay, Barry, is your microphone on or off? And Karen, would you put those links in the chat for us for GMB Factory, Review Factory, and Leads Factory, and the ones that I'd given you earlier, please? Appreciate it. Okay, so Barry, can you speak? Can you talk? Can I see your mic is on? Go. We can't hear you. Turn your microphone on. Can't hear you. Boom, boom. Turn your microphone on. Still can't hear you. Can anybody hear Barry, or is it just me?
I can't hear him either.
What's that? Do not hear him. Okay. All right. So that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Hang on. Nobody can hear you, Barry. All right. Well, let me try to interpret. Okay. For those of us that are not using sheets, you need to start using sheets. Okay. And I mean seriously using them. So let's talk a little bit about the possibility of what we can do with sheets. Is anybody here that has a microphone and has a recipe want to chat a little bit with me about your recipe for using sheets? Okay, anybody?
Can you hear me?
I got you now.
Oh, I don't know what was going on. I ain't do nothing.
Okay. Well, we can hear you now,
All right.
which is good.
Okay.
All right. So talk a little bit about what we're doing and how we're connecting all of these sheets together.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. You know, my thing is a little slow. Um, okay. Let this load up. This is sort of what I'm doing here. Let me move this.
David is asking, what else is everybody using if they're not using sheets? Well, they're using well, we have a lot of other things that we can use, David. Stackers, we have images, we have driving directions, we have a lot of different things.
All right. This is what I've been doing with the dance ballroom company is I went to Zip Codes to go, and Patrick gave me two different cities in Maryland that I imagine surround the company, and I put in their zip codes. And what I did at first is I was putting these zip codes from straight from Zip Codes to go into sheets, but the links were dead, and I didn't realize it wasn't pulling the links, so I had to use um, Link Gopher on Zip Codes to go, and it pulled out all the links. It gave me links to the actual zip codes, but that goes back to Zip Code to go. But it has a high page authority and domain authority, so we're using it. And I pull out the links for the maps. So with all these separate, um, I don't know what to call them, these separate,
They're hyperlinks.
no, the separate A, B, C, and D, the separate pages. What I've been doing is linking each of these to two of the keywords in sheets. So we got like 70 some odd zip codes and maps. And then I was linking them to the IFTT. And then I ended up with all of these over 500 different sheets for the keywords for each of those links.
Okay, stop right there. Go back to what your column you were just at.
All right.
500 sheets. Sheets, right?
Right here, all the completed sheets links.
So click on one of the sheets.
Okay.
I want everybody to see this. Okay? So think about what you're about to see. You create a sheet, and now that sheet is part of another sheet, and that final sheet that you create that has these various sheets in them has a single embed code. And so when you do this work that Barry's sharing with you here, and you add sheets to sheets, am I talking sheets here, guys, or do you understand what I'm saying? Can you? I wanted him to show this to you visually so that you could grasp it because it's kind of hard to explain. Okay, but every single one of these links that is to a sheet, that sheet may have 500 links on it. Everybody kind of understand what I'm saying? Give me a yes or a no, please.
Let me show them this, Patrick, and they may get a better understanding.
No, 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 no. Oh, wow.
Now, from all of those sheets that I did, what I was doing was taking all of these links, all of them, not just the URL, but all of these links, and placing them on this sheet. So after I ran everything, I ended up with over 115, almost 60, 116,000 links because I was putting them each one individually. So now what I'm doing, instead of having to do all of that, as I make a sheet, as I make this sheet, I publish it, I publish it to the web, and then I'll grab the URL from up here, go over here, and put it here in my sheets. So now, after I finish this sheet right here, I can take the URL from here, which will give me all the embed codes on these sheets, which I'll remove the 116,000, because it's just too many to copy. And then I'll start, each time I add links to the sheet, that a completed link to the sheet, I'll get a new code, and I can keep making embed codes. And this is my embed code right here, embed code for sheets for all of these links over here. So each time you run a sheet, just take the link and put it on a separate sheet. And when you finish, or as you go along, you now have all the links to all the sheets you made to use as embed codes.
Okay, so does everybody kind of get that philosophy? Give me a 1 if you get it, a 2 if you don't.
On the left was the long way. On the right is the short
Hey,
way.
need to mind that. Okay.
Hey, Barry, how about just as a side service, can you make a video of the entire process for
We
people?
will. Yeah, we will. We just wanted to share the idea. That's a great idea, Gary. Okay. And we're gonna make it a little bit simpler. We've just been kind of fooling with this a little bit to show the power of how we can silo and deep seat the sheets. Okay. Okay. So what do you do with the embed codes? What a fantastic question. That is awesome. So with this part being done, and I want to go through, Barry, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Okay.
All right.
That was awesome. A lot of hard work put in here. We're going to simplify this and kind of make it easier. I'm actually working with Chris right now to make some modifications and changes within within the sheets itself, so that we can change and make it this job a little bit easier. But okay, so I want you guys to think power with me. So Gary, what I want you to do is I want you to bring up the authority checker, and we're going to go over something in a second with authority checker. Okay.
Patrick, you speaking to me?
No, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Gary. Okay.
Which Gary?
I'll get rid of this screen in a second. I'm just while Barry is doing some of this stuff, I just want to share with you a simple process. How many of you are using our IFTTT network? Yes or no? Cool. Most of you are not. Shame on you. You're fired. No, this isn't The Apprentice. I can't do that. Doggone it. Okay. So the IFTTT network that we have built, we built for one simple reason. And that was to help you guys so that you do not have to build your own IFTTT network. Okay? Because it can be a pain in the ass. There's a couple people in here that love to build their own. And then, there's other people in here that would never try to build their own when they can just go ahead and pay a few dollars to get that done. So we have our own IFTTT network. And I'm going to share with you right now the properties on the IFTTT network. And I'm doing this for a reason. I don't care if you buy this or build your own, but my gosh, think about what I'm going to try to tell you guys, okay? This is more training and not selling, but we do have these process, and we built them for you at such cheap prices, it's ridiculous. But you've got 28 different profiles over here. Is it like SynWire? No, it's not. Well, in some degree, Steve, it might be, but it really is not totally quite like SynWire. You got 28 different properties: YouTube, Blogger, WordPress, you know, and all of these different properties. And what happens, and the reason we did this, okay, the reason we did this is right here, right? Blogger. So when you have an IFTTT network, you have to have a trigger. Everybody know what a trigger is? The trigger, a couple people don't. The trigger is the very first thing that you do that then triggers the next thing and the next. So IFTTT means if then that. So if we post onto our Blogger, it sends to a WordPress. WordPress sends to Gravatar. Gravatar sends to Tumblr, all the way down the list, so that you make one single post and all of that information is on all of these networks. Does everybody understand that? Simple statement, right? One action. Can anybody tell me why we use Blogger as the trigger? Anybody have an idea? Come on, somebody's got to have an idea. Google owned, Google property. It includes the link. Owned by Google, okay? Yes, you guys are almost exactly correct, right? Can I show you another reason? If you guys are in the GMB Factory, or if you are in Ranking Factory, right? I think Burns got it. We can put posts to our Blogger. So we have a Blogger in both GMB Factory, and we have a Blogger in Ranking Factory. See it right here? Right? See it? See it? So when you are in your GMB Factory and you're doing your posts, or you're in Ranking Factory and doing your doc stacks or your cloud stacks, or you're doing that, or you're doing what Barry just shared with you, you're doing your sheets and your embeds. You can embed all of those sheets, I call it a pregnant spider sack, right, into your Blogger. And once you energize your Blogger, right, what's going to happen? Boom, bada bing, bada boom, Blogger. That just goes right down the list, and every single one of these things is automatically done. It is massive, as Pete says. It's massive, okay? And it's simple, it's easy. It's just post it and push the button once you're done, because we've done all the hard work in setting up the IFTTT network for you, right? And right now there's 23 brands in here. We're adding 5 more. So a single branded ring is only 26 bucks, and you get all of this power. This would be $70 on the open market, right? But you know, Gary won't ever let me charge you guys anything, so what can I say? Is it everybody kind of getting this piece right here? Do you understand IFTTT? Do you understand, you know, the Blogger as the trigger? And can you see why I wanted to show you the sheets first? Get it? You see it? Say yes, or, you know, I'm crazy. Somebody tell me something. Okay? So that is why we build all of these little systems for you at really, really cheap prices, so that you don't have to go buy somebody else. You know what you're getting, and they work congruently together. Now, guess what happens when you run an IFTTT network with the report that you get back? Anybody want to guess? How do we order IFTTFactory.com? Ha ha. And Paul thinks I'm crazy. No worries, I am. Now, Steve, what you're going to get, not millions of backlinks, but listen to me. Everybody listen. When you get your IFTTT network back, you are going to get a link from StumbleUpon with your information in it. Everybody get that? You're going to get a link from Medium, from Skyrock, from LiveJournal, from Google Sites that it builds. You are going to get all of these links that have all of your information that you triggered with the blogger. Larry W. High DA links from all of these properties, correct? Okay, and links to what? Well, Brad, they're links that are linking to your post. So if you put a post in your blogger that talks about your GMB event, that talks about your website URL, that talks about your YouTube video, right? Whatever you trigger in your blogger, content-wise, is what's going to be passed on to every single one of these properties. Okay? You get it?
Hey, Patrick, here's the $24 question. Once you get that report back and you have those links, what would you do with the links?
Well, okay. I have a free, no, okay. Nobody answered this question yet. Nobody. I want you to think about what I'm going to say. You got 28 links, LINKS, that has all of your shit in it. They are links. Who's the first one that can tell me what you're going to do with those links? You get a free IFTTT. First one. No. Fitz. Google Sheets. He beat everybody. Fitz. I don't even know who Fitz is. Who's Fitz?
New quarterback for the Miami Dolphins?
I don't know, but Mr. Fitz, Mrs. Fitz, whatever it is, you're giving me Fitz. Let Gary know we're going to set you up with a free IFTTT, because it's exactly right. Bernd got it, Jay got it, Paul got it, Kofi got it, right? You guys, you just were too slow getting me the answer. So now, God, I get totally excited about this, and I really kind of apologize. But if you take all of those high-powered domains and you have the links, and now you take those links and you put those in the sheets, and now you put those sheets in, and like Barry was sharing, and you put those sheets with keywords, and you create anchor text around those sheets with your keywords, and you do another one, and you stack them, and does anybody get excited about this like I am, or am I just the only one on the moon?
Hey, I have to throw you a curve, Patrick. What happens if you take that sheet and stick it right back on the blogger?
It just circles around again. That's what I was saying before. You do all of these sheet embed codes, and then you take the embed code and put it on the blogger, and then you take the blogger, which triggers all the IFTTT. Now you got all the IFTTT properties that have all of your sheets on it with a new property, and each those go into a sheet with an embed code, and now you've got super power. Everybody get that? Everybody see the possibilities? It's pretty freaking cool, don't you think? Damn. How do I get those links after the ITT is run? Because you get a report, Scott, with the IFTTT with every single one of those links. That is your report. That's what you're paying for. Okay? Steve, I'll make a video of all this, but this is just kind of get everybody excited about using some of the things that we've given you that you don't use. Okay? So let's kind of recap. And Benvenu, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. His answer, Steve, is this. just think embeds, 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 and the possibility. So think of this. If you got all this power with all these embeds, and you boil all of that down into a single link, and that single link has a single embed, what kind of power do you think that embed would be if you took that embed code and put it on your client's website? Stars and Stripes Forever, the Star Spangled Banner, whatever your country song is, right? Do you get it? Because all that power, right? So now I'm going to go to another process. And I'm kind of walking you through the process that I use so that you can see that it's a recipe. And there are other things within the GMB factory, other things within Ranking Factory that we do. We do the cloud stacks, we do that. We do the image optimizations and GMBs, we do the driving directions, we do the schemas, we do all of those things along with this. But singularly, Sheets gives us the most easiest and simple power that we can use, right? So think of this. Does anybody use press releases? Okay, everybody uses a press release, right? So we use a special press release. And the reason that we think it's special is because Madge is a friend of ours, but Madge has created, Karen, I don't know if you can find Madge's special press release link for us. It might be in Terry's room. It's called Magic PR / Terry Special or something like that. But we'll get it for you. But it'll be in the rooms anyway. But listen to me. Listen. If you use the other press releases that are out there, and I used to use PR Web, $8,000 a year I paid for PR Web, $8,000. I didn't get any follow links. I didn't get any embed codes. Press Cable doesn't have what Madge has. Press Cable cannot do embed codes. Okay? I like the guys at Press Cable. I have some of the press cables. Okay? But the Magic PR is amazing, because I want you to think about the process that we just spent 30 minutes talking about. If you take all of those embed codes that we just created from Sheets, and you put those and have 1 or 2 embeds, and you put those into the press release, is Sparks going off anywhere, guys? Anywhere? Huh? Can you see it? Can you see it? Embed links of all of this power and all of the IFTTTs and all of the sheets and all of the links and all of the keywords. You can now embed into the press release. Okay, you get it? I don't care what news service you use, Paul. If they allow you embeds, go for it. I'm pretty much going to guarantee 90% of everybody out there does not allow you to embed in their press release. If they do, bang, you're set. You're good. Use them, okay? But Madge goes and does a few other things. With one of his packages, which is less than a PR Web package, he builds doc stacks for you from Ranking Factory. He puts them onto his newsroom and his press release room. He'll also build and put your releases into his own little IFTTT network. Okay? That's why we use and promote Madge, and quite frankly, I'm going to give away another IFTTT if someone can answer this question. How much money does Madge pay me to promote him? Damn it. Everybody got the answer right. None. I got to find out who's the first one to answer. Paul Gerard. Paul beat you by a millisecond, Rick and Scott. Paul, give Gary a shout. We're going to set you up with an IFTTT, okay?
Hey,
All right,
Patrick,
now.
one more $24 question to kind of put an image in everybody's mind. If we go back to Barry's demo, the very last sheet he did had all the other sheets on it. If we follow that process, whether it's into a press release, it's back into a blogger, or wherever we can put an embed, you have the power of all of your sheets in one place with a single embed code.
Correct.
Can anybody imagine the power of that single embed? Give me a 1 if you or a 2 if you understand that or don't understand that.
Yeah. One, they got one. One. Now, along with what Gary's trying to say to you here is, you now have Paul Gerard. How many links do you get with your Newswire or with Chris Winters or Chris's or whatever? We get about 300 links with Madge. 300. But I want you to understand that those 300 press releases have their own authority. And every one of the press releases, whether it's Madge's or somebody else's that you can do embed codes, those press release links are now embed with all of what I was sharing with you earlier, the IFTTT links, all of the links that Barry was sharing with you on how to build within sheets and keyword relationship and all of the sheets that are built into the sheets. That's pretty cool, right? Sheets into sheets. So what are you going to do? I'm not going to give anything away, but I still want you to answer. What are you going to do with the 300 or the 200 or the 450 links you get from press releases? What are you going to do with them? Drew, perfect. You're going to put them in sheets. And then you're going to use the sheet module in GMB or RFR to connect those with keywords, right? Right? And now when that's in your sheets again, and I know this is getting confusing and I apologize for it, but overall, you're going to get the idea that you got the press releases with the embed codes from your sheets before. Now you take the links from the press releases and you put those into sheets that already have the sheets embedded into the press releases from the IFTTT, and you create a new sheet with all of that, and now you have an embed code with everything. Has anybody got a headache yet? Scott says, pollute the world. It's like movie Inception, right?
Hey, I've got a question for everybody while we're talking about this. If you make a change to a sheet or a doc, how long does it take to update?
Are you giving anything away for the answer?
Well, we've given the farm away. Do we give the mortgage with it too?
Well, we owe Mr. Byrne, an IFTTT because he got it.
He got it.
5 minutes. It's not instant. It's within 5 minutes. Google refreshes your sheet, your Google properties every 5 minutes. Okay? So, Byrne, go to Gary and get your IFTTT. We'll build it for you. Okay? So 5 minutes is pretty cool. Now I'm gonna just really lay this out on the line because the last product that we built for you guys, and hopefully Karen is putting this information in the chat for you, is called what? If anybody can tell me what I'm going to give you next, I'll give you one. Hurry up. Oh, shit. Moy got it already. It's called the Embed Network. Moy, you get a free embed, bud. Let Gary know. Okay. I think we got a new domain name called Shitstorm Factory by Rick. Okay. Now, sit on your hands. Be calm. Take everything that we've talked about. You go to the Embed Factory and you fill the form out. You can put 5 keywords and 5 embeds into the form. Localize it, CPA it, affiliate, whatever you want. It doesn't freaking matter. Okay? You fill the form out. I believe it's 25 bucks. Something like that. I can't remember. It's stupid cheap, right? And what you're going to get is approximately 800 to 1,200 links back, and every one of those links has the embed codes that you've just created with Sheets. Does anybody have their mind blown yet of the possibilities? I mean, seriously, guys? Video embeds as well. Now, okay, Fitz, I'm gonna go to something really, really quick here. Watch this. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Are we? That's Ranking Factory. I don't want to be in Ranking Factory. That's GMB Leads Factory. I don't want to be there. Okay, here we go. All right. There is a report that we can create new sheets with embeds. Brad, yeah, you can create, I don't know what report, but you can get the download for all the links, right? So Fitz. Whew, I got to take a deep breath on this one. Okay. How many of you have GMB Factory? Give me a 1 if you got it. Cool. Hopefully, Fitz, you have it too. Watch this. Does anybody see where I'm going to stop my cursor? Where am I going to stop my cursor? Where am I going to stop my cursor? How about right here? Boom. Well, start. I may have too much shit open. Okay. Well, let me explain to you, because I do have way too much stuff open, what this is. It doesn't want to open up on me, Gary. Does yours open? All right, let me tell you what this is. We built in a maps variant, and we also in Ranking Factory have a YouTube variant. So there's 2 different things, right? If I go to Ranking Factory here and bring up the YouTube variants. Okay, here we go. Slides, calendars. Where do we have maps variants in here? We have video, YouTube. We have variants in here somewhere. If we don't, we have it in a different version. We will have YouTube variants. Where is it? The point is that we can get all the variations of a YouTube video, which is about 1,500. I'm sorry, 1,052 variations. Don't know yet on YouTube variations. Okay. You can see here that I hire other people to do all this shit. Where is it? Anyway, I'll do a video on it. The point is, you could take the YouTube variants and pull all the variants up and put those into a sheet and do the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can do that with your YouTube variants. And the other part of it is that if you come over here with maps, which it's not going to open up for whatever, but within maps, okay, what we can do with maps is you can put your map in there and we can create up to maybe 1,000 different variations of your map. And all of those URLs can go onto a sheet with keywords. And, oh, there it is right there. What an idiot. So I could put a map in here from any of our GMBs, and then I can pick how many variations I want for that map. You know, maybe I want 200, right? And it'll just give me a variation list of each of our maps by micrometers. And every one of those URLs is a URL to your GMB map. It's just off by a fraction, okay? So you could do the same thing with the variations of the maps in sheets with keywords and just kill it. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was sitting right here in front of me and I didn't even see it, so it's kind of crazy, but does everybody get that? Thanks, Moy, I appreciate that. I'm reading your instructions. Click on the top button, you dummy. Okay, and does everybody understand that? So once you run all of these, you just click send to sheets. Once you have that, you send to the link indexer that we built in here to help index them. And now you take all of the sheet links and you put them into sheets. Make sense? Does everybody get that? This is powerful. Has anybody used this yet? Bernd has used it. All right. Will now? Yes. No. 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 Why not? No. Why not? No. This is powerful, guys. Okay. Powerful. David Strange uses it. Okay. So, you know, I want you to see that by bringing the map URL variations into a sheet, into an embed code, into an IFTTT, into an embed code into a press release links have the embed code, the press release go into a sheet, tied to keywords, go into an embed code, and now you go to the embed network and you put all of your embeds into the embed network for the final phase of that circle. Everybody get it? And I'm sure you don't, but you get the idea of how powerful this is. And granted, this is just off the cuff today. Okay, do you have to pull the embed codes manually, Scott? No, you know, you just hit click, share, get embed code from Sheets, and it's done. Right? Should these things be done gradually? We haven't noticed that they need to be done gradually, Steve, because let's address this question. And I'm willing for anybody to pick up the microphone and debate me. Okay? We've been doing this for over a year and a half. Number one, nobody's ever got their Gmail account banned. Number two, nobody's ever got a penalty for over optimization for anything. Number three, most of the people that are using the processes and techniques that we've shared within Ranking Factory and GMB are seeing great results. So let's just take that, Steve, as the overall, right?
Hey, Patrick, let me throw in a 2 cent with it. It's been our observation from the very beginning that Google makes rules for everything else except itself. And it makes its own properties immune to the very rules that apply to everybody else. So as a foundation, realize why they have to. They don't even have a choice about it. Here's why. If they take the rules off their own property, they let everybody else in, and they're an advertising agency disguised as what? A search engine. So if they take away their own advantages, everybody else gets into the game. Does that make sense to everybody?
Well, like Heather says, they think they're the government.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
So with that being said, I think we kind of, answer our own question. But here's my point, which is pretty much the same, but it's just a little bit different. Okay? And it's this. If you can answer this question, what is Google Drive? Number one, what is your Google Drive? Storage, Brad, cloud storage. It's storage, right? Your Google Drive is an extension, if you will, of your hard drive. Is that correct? You have a Google Drive or you have a hard drive. Would everybody agree with that? Right? Great. Man, there's a lot of smart people here. So the second question is, how many times a day does Google, listen to me, how many times a day does Google crawl your hard drive for data that you know of? Your hard drive on your computer. Brad has it correct. As we know it anyway, never. It's private. It's your hard drive, correct? Now, whether or not they're infiltrating, we don't know, but the basic answer is never. So your Google Drive is exactly the same thing. Your data on your Google Drive that you put on there is never, ever, ever, ever technically seen by Google at all. Would anybody agree with me? Better say yes. Okay? The answer is yes. They cannot see it because it is your private drive. There's one exception, guys. When you decide to make your Burns got it exactly correct. When you decide to make that public, you're not spamming, you're not overindulging, right? All you're doing is sharing your drive, your information, your stuff with the public. This is a different mindset of how they think, right? If you build 10,000 PBN sites, you're spamming. If you build 10,000 Google Sheets link on your Google Drive and you never make it public, you're not spamming. And if you do make it public, you're not spamming. You're just sharing your hard drive with the world. Does that make sense? So the answer to this question is a chicken and an egg. How much is too much? Well, as far as I can tell, and everybody else that's in Ranking Factory and GMB Factory and doing the stuff that we're using and the products that we're using, there doesn't seem to be a too much. You know what I'm saying? Does that all make sense to everybody? So it's Google-licious. So my point is just keep doing it until something happens. Because I don't know that anything is going to happen from that perspective. Okay. I'm going to pull something up here real quick. And let me see. Am I still sharing my screen or not? I can't tell. Yes? Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, but you have your Skype up right now.
Okay, fine. I want my Skype up because I want to find you.
Oh,
Okay? Because I did this earlier because the last phase of what we just talked about was the embed links that we're building, right? Everybody agree? We're building the embed links. 800, 900, 1,000 embed links. And if the subject isn't created, we will create it. If it's a niche that doesn't exist, we will create it. If it's a city that doesn't exist with a niche that doesn't exist, we will create it. Okay? How many of you guys have Authority Checker? Man, you must think that we're just trying to sell all kinds of shit here today. Me, nope, 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 dumb, nope, nope, dumb. Okay. All right. That sounds a little bit like Trump. Okay, Fitz. You can trade an IFTTT for the Authority Checker if you want. All right, watch this, guys. I'm not going to run this because it takes a minute, right? But these are the links that we just delivered for an embed network. Okay? Everybody get it? See these links? This is an embed network that was just created. Does everybody see what the page authority is over here? Huh? Can you see it? We are building, Heather's got it right. Unbelievable. I about dropped my shoes off my feet when we did this the first time on the embed networks that we're building and using. Okay? Look at 40s, 30s, right? And you're building 1,200 of these, maybe 900 of these. So you've got all of this authority that goes with it. Now, if you want to get really retarded, what is the one last thing that you could do with this? Anybody have an idea what's the one last retarded thing that you can do when you get your report?
Sheets.
Create another sheet with another embed code with all of these on them. You guys get it? So how many of you guys want me to make a video on this and show you the process and each of the things that we use to get there? Yes? Okay. All right, cool. Put your super juiced link in the embed factory. Tim, David, yes. We'll call it the retarded version, right? Okay. So I want to thank you guys for just kind of hanging out with me and Gary and Gary S. Thank you so much for, sharing us how easy it is to get new clients. I think that was awesome. Barry is working his living ass off, putting all of these test things that I'm coming up with into an environment that can make some sense, that we can play with, that we can show you. And, I know I didn't really have anything scheduled for today, but are you guys glad that you came to hang out? Did you learn anything? Why does GMB Factory say no schema? I don't know. Where does it say no schema? No, we have schema in GMB Factory. How many of you guys think that the GMB Leads Factory here is a must-have tool? If you're going to be doing GMB work, what do you think? What do you think of that tool? Right? GMB Leads Factory. So I'm going to put a little link in the rooms for everybody. Karen's been gracious enough to give us some links, and hopefully they're in the chat area of the webinar today. But let's see, Larry, GMB not included 301. Yes, the basic does not have some of the things that the pro does, Larry. That's exactly true, right? Rick, time to put this awesomeness to work. Are you guys going to have a live event somewhere? Oh, okay. I have a question for everybody because we've been thinking about this. Okay. We have 35 people here. Everybody give me an answer. Okay, please. I mean, I really would appreciate it. If we had an event, how many of you would come if it's in the United States? Forget about where at the moment. In a warm place, yes. Not in Havre de Grace, no. Maybe Nashville, maybe somewhere like that, right? Okay. So here, no flying for me. Oh, hopefully they have a bus, a train, or, you know, a kayak. Tim? Okay, great. Second question. And I've been having this conversation with a number of people. Would you, thank you for saying you'd come to an event. Would you rather come to an event that had a lot of different people talking about a lot of different things? One, or two, would you rather come to the event where it was highly organized and structured so that there were sessions about GMB Factory, how to use the tool, how to get the best out of it, and you go to the next session, which is how to use the schema. You go to the next section. You know, would you guys prefer that? Or would you prefer to have, you know, 17 people talk about 17 different things? Only RFS stuff? Cool. Okay, awesome. Well, that kind of confirms, Gary, what I was talking about. Well, there are video online, Sam, for the tools in the documentation. Karen has done an awesome job putting together videos for most all of this stuff, and we're constantly upgrading it. So I appreciate that fact, and there are videos. When you get together with people and you're talking about it face to face, you're strategizing face to face, it's well worth the time and effort and expense to be there, as long as it has extreme value. Is there a break for GMB if we, Heather, just PM Gary and I for a discount code for the GMB Factory if you're already a Ranking Factory member, okay?
Hey, Patrick, one thing that we could touch on real quick because it seems to come up. One of the things we're moving towards in the tutorials is a practical use type of using the different modules. We're following the example that, how many people have seen 10 minutes with RFR? Give me a one if you've seen that video. Okay. I put it in earlier. I'll put it in a chat too. But we're moving towards the practical use of the different modules with the tutorials. Rather than just setting up the different modules. So it's in the chat room, 10 minutes with RFR. And I think I'll put it in here. I'll answer somebody's questions. That's what we're moving towards, is having not just the setup videos, but how the actual use of each module.
You don't have to share anything. I'm just getting off of my screen for a second, Gary. That's all.
That's fine.
Somebody's asking for the discount codes for the Review Factory. I'm going to get those for you in just a second. Easy save.
You want? I've got them handy if you need them.
Yep, you can just type them right in the box.
Now, the last one is only for mastermind members. So if you're not a mastermind, don't use the last one.
Are you putting them in the chat?
I put them into the chat.
I got you. Does everybody see them? Heather, once again, check with Gary, okay? 33 is for RFR and GMB owners, and the 25 is only in if we're in our Facebook and you're not a member of RFR or GMB, and the 40 is for Mastermind. Okay, everybody got that? And I'm telling you, it's killer. And if you pick up the 10 portal on the Review Factory, you'll have a white label, so it will look 100% as though it's your business. And you know, people are selling these at $97, so it's an easy way to pick something up. And on the very first sale of the 10 portals you get, you're already in profit. That's why we designed it this way for you guys. Heather, thank you so much.
Business in the box.
Okay. Any last questions? Now you're going to make me do a video. Oh, and once again, I just want to say at the end here, the Embed Factory should be in the chat box. Karen should have put that in the chat box. Let me see if I can pop that up real quick. Is anybody still getting really, really weird emails from PayPal? Anybody that says your payments are not going through or something like that?
I'm not seeing any of those now.
No? Okay. Just want, because PayPal was messing with us. And they still are, but let me put the link to the embeds in here. Hold on, guys. IFTTT is just IFTTTfactory.com. And by the way, except for the Review Factory, all of these are just one-time purchases. So it's not like you have to continually put money into these things. You can repurpose them, quite a bit. Karen did not put these in the chat, so I'm getting them for you. Copy link. I'm putting them back over here for you. Okay. I think that's it. Mr. Simmons, are you still with us? Some people do their job and leave, you know. Well, Heather, yeah, Heather's got a great question. Are there combinations of these tools covering your SEO approach in total? I think, Heather, what we just did in terms of sharing some of the tools within RFR and GMB and using the review itself is kind of like one of those recipes and combinations, right? Martin, embeds is for ranking. No, embed is for anything. You can get the Embed Factory itself and have any embeds from any place that you get them and put them into that form and get the power and the juice from all of that. Rick, thank you. I appreciate that. Is the IFTTT branded only package available yet? Yes, Scott, it is. You can buy a single brand for, oh, you mean the new one? No, the new one for 26 bucks isn't, the payment button isn't done yet, but it will be shortly, okay? I'll have that done within the week, okay? Martin, I'm not sure why I have your email address, but you want to give it to Gary, not me, and not in here. Okay. All right, great. So why can't you put additional instruction videos? I don't understand the question. Leeds Factory is one time, Paul. Yes. Yes, sir. I'm a lifetime RFR. Is there a discount code for GMB Factory? Steve, go ahead and check with Gary. Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Okay. Last question. We're going to leave. Everybody glad you came today? Did we provide great value for the time that you spent? Or would you much rather be at the beach having a beer? All right, guys. I really appreciate you. You guys have no idea how much Gary and I appreciate you. Have a great day. Thanks. See you next week.
Enjoy, everybody.